this felt very different from me being a fan watching the game versus from me actually capturing moments from the game. So it's like, you ever watch a movie and it's like the character you can hear the thoughts inside their head. It's like you hit a heartbeat and the echo. That's literally how I felt in that moment when I was like, I'm seeing all this action, bodies flying, people dunking, shooting threes, and all the action in front of me. And I was just like, I love this. This is what I want to do. So from that moment on, I decided like, yeah, I want to be a creative.
Hello, kings and queens. It's your boy Jamar Denzel. How you guys doing today? On the Let's Get Real podcast, this episode we have my good friend Tresean, and he owns his own media production company here in the Washington DMV area. He's a new friend, so we're gonna get to know each other today on today's podcast. So we're gonna figure out who he is and what his life is all about. So, hey man, how you
What's
doing?
good, bro? How you feeling,
good?
man? I know I'm trying to get the mic going, bro.
So, but how you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I woke up this morning. We get to do what we love every day, bro.
Every day. What time you wake up?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It fluctuates. It depends on how late I work.
How this morning? What time did you wake up?
So this morning, I had the funny story. I just got my dog from the vet the other day. He got some medication I gotta give him, so I had to get up around 7.
Okay, just
I was up late last night putting together an edit, and I crashed when I got upstairs to lay down to take a break.
Oh, no, that break?
Yeah, that break. Boy, I hit the
like
bit.
3 hours later.
Nah, try 6. I was gone, bro, but I felt well rested afterwards. Had to make sure he was taken care of, and then off to the photo shoot and then a meeting with a client and stuff like that, and then back home, and now I'm here.
Now you here. All right, so
yeah,
we're gonna get straight into it, and I'm gonna pull up one of my icebreakers real quick. All right, so you're a filmmaker.
Yes, sir.
So let's just get to the nitty gritty. What's one movie you think everybody should have seen?
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you.
You're not a movie buff?
I'm not a movie buff, but I watch movies. Okay. I know this joint is recent. Not the third one, but Creed 2, bro.
Creed 2?
Yes. Reason being is I literally love the cinematics behind that, bro. Like the way they shot it.
People usually say the sequels always usually one of the best
It's
ones.
amazing, bro. Like it's like the way the movie was shot, the way the story was told. I'm just like, damn, bro. What camera they using? Like,
have you seen Creed 3 yet?
I'm actually going to see it tomorrow night.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna have to get you on Instagram talking about
for sure.
Or your review between the two.
Yeah. Nah, for sure, bro.
Like, so what about the cinematography of it? Did you love so much?
Like,
of Creed 2.
Well, like I really love the fact of number one, the camera quality, storytelling, and just like the shot selection they chose, bro. It was like I noticed in a movie with the fighting scenes. Of course, they didn't do it in fast motion at once. It was like they had to, go through it in slow motion and then speed it up. So that was very creative to me, and I know that took a lot of time and hard work. So shout out to the directors for that.
Yeah, I was watching an interview the other day, and I guess Michael B. He has he might be one of the directors or producers on it, and they was doing an interview and they was saying that he was inspired for like the shot selection, like the slow, like that scenes you're talking about from anime.
What?
Like and when he said it, I was like, that kind of makes sense.
Anime,
it was like especially when they hit and like all that forcefulness that you see. And all the slow, like like just think about Dragon Ball Z, and they was like, like just imagine that being Dragon Ball Z characters, like Creed,
literally,
like the movements and everything. So like when he said it, I was like, yo, that
makes sense.
That makes sense. As soon as he said it, and I didn't know Michael B. Jordan was an anime fan. So that was cool to see.
It's funny you say that because it's crazy. A lot of inspirations come from what some people may think the weirdest things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
I like weird stuff. I'm one of those dudes. I like to experiment. I do all types of things. I be like,
they say the weirdest people, they do the greatest things, bro.
Yeah,
that's like that. Gotta go outside the box with it,
That's exactly. You gotta live outside the box.
Absolutely.
So speaking of living, let's talk about you right now. So you describe your company. What do you do?
So well, first of all,
who are you?
My name is Tresean Sharpe. My company name is Sharpe Eye Productions. I am a company that provides different businesses with social media content so that they can promote use the content to promote their businesses. Right now, I currently have a couple clients that I work with on a monthly basis where I provide them social media content. It's not just about me providing them content, but how can I help them? How can I help? How can the content that I produce help them bring revenue back to their business? So I'm currently working with a few people right now as we speak, and it's really just teaching me that my work ethic has to continuously increase, and that I have to build a team. That was one of my biggest struggles is realizing like, okay, Trey, at some point you have to outsource, you have to build because you can't do it by yourself. The McDonald's CEO is not at every cash register in every McDonald's in the world, so I can't be behind every camera at every gig with every client all the time. I have to duplicate people that can operate like me.
It's crazy that I had that same conversation this morning about outsourcing because I'm going through the same thing.
Confirmation, bro.
Yeah, you ever watch a TV show like an old school drama? I always say this is how life really is. You ever watch an old like Grey's Anatomy or just any show, and they'd be at work, and the thing that they doing at work is reflecting what's going on in their real life.
Yep.
And so that I just had that moment.
Oh, wow.
As soon as you said outsource,
that's crazy.
I was like, damn.
Hey, look, bro, you wanna know something crazy? Like it was something that happened to me the other day. I had the opportunity to shoot behind the scenes. Shout out to JC Ruffin. To shoot behind the scenes for this event called the Golden Night of Greatness. Also, shout out to Brandon Macklin and his wife and everybody that came together to make that event happen. I was able to shoot behind the scenes there in that particular place, and I had a conversation with a guy named Sumo, and he was telling me like, "Yo, bro, you gotta realize something. You get to do this every day. You don't got to do it, but we get to do this. This is something that most people, I can't say most people. The world's full of billions of people, of course, but it's something that a lot of people don't get to do what they love every day, because of certain circumstances. But it's like, we're one of the ones that get to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take it lightly. And it's crazy. I heard that same saying the day before, and I'm hearing it again. And it's a reason why I feel like we gotta have gratitude when we wake up and we just able to do what we love to do, bro.
You gotta be humble.
Yep.
So how did you? Let's go backwards then. So how did you get into business? What made you pick up a camera and say, I'm gonna start shooting?
I got the whole story for you right here. Okay, cool. Let's take a stroll down memory lane. Okay. So I actually, when I was in school at Allegheny College in Maryland, in the multimedia program.
First, I want to cut you off. Are you from DC, Maryland?
I'm from Maryland.
You from Maryland?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
I'm from Maryland, based out of Maryland. Yep.
Based out of Maryland. Okay. What you say? You said
what's up, Maryland?
You said what part of Maryland?
Landover.
Landover, Maryland. Okay, all right.
Because that's you got Landover. They call it Hyattsville, and I'm like, bro, I'm around the corner from FedEx Field.
Okay, so right, I just wanted to make some.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, but you go ahead.
Yeah. So I went to Allegheny College in Maryland. In 2014, I started there. In 2015, my second year, my professor told me, hey, y'all gonna need 90 practicum hours, which means we have to use the camera, go in the field, shoot video and photo, experiment, and get better, along with the class projects that we had. So on this November day, it was actually a basketball game happening that night. And one of my buddies was like, yo, Trey, you trying to shoot this game? I was like, sure, why not? I've never touched a camera before, but hell, I need practicum hours, so let's do it, whatever. So we rented out the cameras, and our school was gracious enough to, lend us their equipment, trusting that we would bring it back.
What was your major?
Mass communications, but it was multimedia technology, the way they named it there.
What cameras did you guys rent out?
So it was it was a high quality Sony camcorder. I don't remember the entire model of it.
Okay.
But it was like
old school joint.
No, it wasn't old school. It was
probably like an FX.
I guess.
It's square though, right?
No, it looked fairly up to date.
Fairly up to date.
It was like it looked fairly new. It wasn't old. I can tell you that much. Okay. But yeah, like we rented out. We was able to sign those cameras out, and we went to shoot the basketball game. In that particular game, bro, like I was standing in a particular corner of the court, and I was just like, this felt very different from me being a fan watching the game versus from me actually capturing moments from the game. So it's like, you ever watch a movie and it's like the character is, you can hear the thoughts inside their head. It's like you hit a heartbeat and the echo. That's literally how I felt in that moment when I was like, I'm seeing all this action, bodies flying, people dunking, shooting threes, and all the action in front of me. And I was just like, I love this. This is what I want to do. So from that moment on, I decided like, yeah, I want to be a creative. So from that night forward, man, I started to, get myself involved around campus, shooting different events and just, developing my mind around the craft and my eye. And I began to get clients. My first shoot was like, somebody paid me, $15? That's how much I started.
You're still in college?
Well, I was still in college, yeah. I made like $15 off of a photo shoot. Then I started charging $30 for music videos. I know that was crazy low, but I have no experience. I gotta eat. I gotta eat, bro.
That's like slavery.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
$30 for a music video. That's like, music video take 8 hours to at the minimum to commit.
Well,
so
what I was shooting, it ain't take that long because it was just some.
Nah. How long it took you to edit it?
That particular one, it took me a night.
Exactly. That's why I said 8 hours.
Oh, 8 hours, yeah.
People forget. I always told, add it all together. You had to talk to that dude, plan the music video out. Y'all was talking about, we're going to show up to this date, even if it took an hour. That's an hour, bro. And you went out. How long was y'all shooting for?
Like maybe, I'd say 4 hours at the max.
Exactly. 4 hours, and then you said a whole day, bro. That's 16 hours for $30.
Look, I wasn't,
that's like,
I wasn't thinking about, I wasn't concerned about the bread. I was trying to get better. I just wanted something to eat, so I could put money in my pocket and put food in the fridge in my college dorm. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally what I was trying to do, around that time.
You had it in you.
Yeah, I had it in me, bro. I was more concerned about building my portfolio. And then I knew eventually the money would follow as I grew and, perfected my, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I progressed in those areas that I needed to. You know what I'm saying? And so from there, one particular day on a shoot, this is how I found my name, Sharpe Eye. So one of my clients who I was shooting a music video for, they was like, yo, Sharpe Eye, that's a tough shot. I said, wait a minute. Say that one more time? I said, yeah, Sharpe Eye. I said, wait a minute. That's my last name. It has an E. I need to have an I and I have to produce content. So Sharpe Eye Productions seems like a great fit for me. I'm keeping this. So that's how I got my name. And fast forward today, not fast forward. From there, transferred to Bowie State. Okay. Life hit me. You know what I'm saying? I dropped out of college and I just started working at Home Depot. Home Depot fired me. You know what I mean? I got sick or whatever.
All the photographers I know all work at Home Depot.
For real?
I swear. You like the third one.
That's crazy.
Like the second guy on the podcast, he used to work at Home Depot.
Wow. Hey, that's the creators hub right there.
I used to work at CVS.
Hey, man.
I was a photo technician. I was a dude that took passport photos. And I tell people all the time, I was like, I ain't had no idea of being a photographer when I was doing it. I was just working at CVS.
Wow.
And they had me I was a photo tech and a stock boy. And it's crazy that I'm a photographer now, though. But that's where I started off at.
Oh, no, that's solid, bro. That's solid, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's crazy. So let's talk about your business a little bit. So this is kind of becoming like a creatives podcast a little bit because I'm using my close circle of friends to start it off.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk about the industry itself. How do you find clients? Because I know that's a big topic.
Wow.
That's going on right now. Like how can I find clients to work with?
So how can you find clients to work with, bro? Look, I'm glad you asked me that question. Now, I am no guru when it comes to marketing. I'm working on that still now myself just to put that out there. But when it comes to finding clients, the first thing you got to identify is who is your ideal client? Who do you want to market to? Who do you want to work with? Because I don't want to work with somebody who has negative energy or who's disrespectful. I don't care how much money you're paying me. If you're not going to treat me the right way, I don't want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. Number two is having like a marketing strategy. 3 is leverage social media. And also just using, the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like think about
let's talk about the marketing strategy a little bit. Okay. Go into that. What's an example of that?
So like I would say like a marketing strategy, like, okay, cool. You may have an idea of you may want to book if you're a photographer, you may want to book clients for a mini photo session or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that's the goal, okay, what work has to go behind it? What promos do you have to create? What flyers do you have to create? Right? So you may need to one, have a model that, dress in business attire and shoot in a business like location, and then post that to your social media and then make
I love how you just said that.
yeah.
I love how you just said get a model, but you went somewhere I didn't think you would go when you
Where?
said the word model.
Where?
You said put on a business suit.
Yeah, put in a business type of attire.
Because then you just describe the type of client that you're looking for.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to go get this pretty girl, have her dress whenever she want, or I need to upload these sexy pictures.
Nah.
Because this is what I get asked all the time is how you find corporate clients. And you just gave the number one examples.
Right.
Show corporate clients corporate work.
Exactly.
And that's how you got to do it. So the business shoots. I mean,
bro. Hey, look,
perfect.
Bro, this is a podcast, man. Feel free.
This
is a conversation between us.
Yeah,
two.
I know I can lose my train of thought.
That's all good. It happens, bro.
Yeah,
this is not scripted at all.
No, it's not.
I mean?
Yeah, but I think that's just perfect to talk about because that's one of the questions I get asked all the time when it comes to finding clients. I was like, well, if they just see you post a bunch of parties at the club.
Bro,
like actually the perfect example I got is I was trying to reach out to somebody in LA to shoot one of my clients because I couldn't be out in LA, so I was trying to get a plug. So I asked a bunch of people to plug me in with some photographers out in LA. I finally got one, but when I got his Instagram, it was just straight hood music videos and party events. And this is like a corporate client. They was going to go they was going to like a real corporate place that they was going to go to. And I was like, I just talked to my client. I was like, I got one guy, but I'm not even going to send you the information because I know you're not going to mess with it. Because they want a certain type of caliber. Like how you said earlier, people got to like you. People got to like you when they want to work with you. They got to feel comfortable being around you. Because they're going to be with you for at least 2 to 4, 8 hours within that day.
Oh, absolutely.
So if they feel like y'all not from the same type of vibe or caliber, they not going to work
Birds
with you.
With a feather
and so that's
together.
one of the best things. You got to show people that you got that work. And you got to do it for free sometimes when you start.
Oh, absolutely.
So what's your story?
So like, before I get into the story part, the part about when you said like you seen a guy's Instagram, you seen it was like a bunch of hood videos, trap videos. I got a little backstory for that right there. Believe it or not, I used to shoot a lot of those, and I realized this is not what I condone. This is not my brand. I was just doing it, bro, to make bread so I could take care of myself.
It's the easy avenue for
you know what I'm saying, the easy avenue. But what I realized, I'm like, what if something happens on set one day? You know what I'm saying? What if the ops pull up and they want to off the people that I'm shooting, that I'm filming? You know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself at risk, and I'm that make me guilty by association. Now, not to knock, people make that kind of music, but I had to make a decision for myself, man. I had to get out of it, and it was a hard decision I had to make. But God's definitely blessed me to work with people that have the same morals and values as me. You know what I mean? But to continue on with my story that I was telling earlier, once I left Bowie State, I started working at Home Depot for about a year. And then after that, got sick, ran out of sick time. They fired me, went to Target, right? So
how much sick time you take off? What type? You was sick?
I was like,
sick.
It was like around like when it got hot. Mind you, I'm working around a lot of gardening and stuff like that.
Dehydrated?
Not dehydrated, bro. I had something called bronchitis.
Okay.
So I had a lot of phlegm in my throat, and it was very, very hard for me to breathe, especially being in an environment with all that dust.
I get it. Okay.
So it's like I had to be on antibiotics, and I had to be off work for like a week or two. I didn't have enough time to cover it. I had to keep calling out. I'm like, when I came into work one day, bro, when I came back, I remember I seen a manager outside just, walking around. I'm like, why is she walking near me or whatever? Then I get called into her office, and she was like, unfortunately, we got to let you go. I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is, bro.
But now you got your own.
it is what it is. And after that, went to Target for about like a month or so. Then they cut my hours. Then I applied for a warehouse. Got hired there in January of 2021. No, 2020. And I said to myself, I said, this will be the last job I ever work. Cause I don't like giving my time to stuff that I hate the most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was grateful to have gotten this particular job with the scheduling because it was part-time. I was able to work in the morning and do my business in the evening. So I was pretty much grinding all day long. And then I had my weekends to, do my thing. You know what I'm saying? To go take more projects and build. And fast forward to a year later, I got a DM from a guy's name is Chris Hart. Shout out to Chris, man. For, giving me an opportunity to travel to Kentucky to film an event for his financial firm and stuff like that. You remember Simi, right? That came here the other day. He's actually a part of his organization.
Okay.
So, but I went to Kentucky to film this event. Before I left, I quit my job. I jumped out on faith. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I know something big is gonna happen after this.
Did you have a savings?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I didn't. I was broke as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap my head. I ain't really have no savings.
So you legit jumped off.
I just jumped off the freaking bridge, bro. I knew I had money coming in from shoots and stuff, but I ain't really have a savings.
So at the time were you consistently making enough every month to pay your bills?
Oh yeah, I was definitely
just with the video
just
stuff?
I mean, just with the video stuff, I was making. I would say I was making consistently enough to pay my bills because I didn't have that. I didn't have as much overhead as I have now. You know what I'm saying? But I was in a different place. Less expenses. Of course, now I have more expenses and stuff, business expenses, personal expenses, etc. But to answer your question, I was able to do that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And you still in business, so 2021 was the start.
It was the year that I decided
so
to jump off on faith, bro. So 2 years, by the grace of God, I've been able to be full time with my company.
So what's your goals for the company? Like what's top 3 goals for the company for the future?
I would say let me say 3 goals. I can give you one of them off the top of my head. One of them is to build my company up to the point where I have multiple shooters and editors that can service multiple people at once without me having to be there.
Okay.
That's one of my goals. Second, I wanna start something called Sharpe Eye Academy, which is like a nonprofit to help younger filmmakers that were young like myself that are in high school from 9th to 12th grade. Teach them filmmaking concepts, teach them about the industry and stuff like that, and then gift them with a free camera. And then once they leave the program to go create whatever they want. So that's my way of giving back to the community. A third one, I don't have a third one right now, if I can be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll probably come over time. But.
All right. So let's get to another icebreaker question.
Okay.
If you were financially wealthy and stable, and I mean you got coin, you got coin,
that bread, that money.
You didn't have to work, like how you just said. You want to be able to.
If I didn't have to work,
you want to be able to have your business run itself, so that your business is running itself. You got passive income coming through every month. You could just chill. What would you do with your time?
What would I do with my time? Well, if I had bread, if I ain't had to work, I guess I just, well, of course, enjoy my time, around that time, if I was in that predicament, enjoy time with my wife, kids, and, find other ways to multiply my bread and help people, create things that can help the community versus just, sitting on a good nest egg and stuff like that.
So you get more heavy in the community.
Yeah, I definitely would want to find
So
ways.
you'll probably put your transform all your focus to your Sharpe Eye Academy.
Basically.
Cause you want how to get paid.
I wouldn't have to be physically there to operate my company. It's people doing it for me.
Yeah. Now I'm talking about the academy. You said you wanted to
Oh
teach the
yeah, the
academy.
academy.
So that
Yeah.
means you can
So I
go
could
full
put my
time with that.
I could put my energy there.
So that's what you would do. That's
Yep.
why I'm here. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like that's.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like you would just take a lot of vacation days, and just focus on giving back to a bunch of programs, like different programs.
Yeah, like
through that
funding,
nonprofit.
scholarships and stuff like
So
that.
that'd be like your next stage in life.
Yep. Because I mean, like, we all here to serve one another. You know what I'm saying? In some form or some capacity. We do it every day. Like the other day, you serving me. You know what I'm saying? Here with great customer service, you provided a space. You had a solution to my problem.
Yeah.
I didn't have a space to shoot the interview. This is the solution, bro.
So. Yeah, it was. This was a fluke in itself. Just the creation of this. It was something random we just did.
Wow.
And I'm ecstatic that everybody's enjoying the vibe. You know, because I picked all the furniture myself. I set everything up. I was like, I'm gonna put a head. I did my interior design.
You had a vision, bro.
In this space, and it's coming together.
You had a vision and you executed it.
So my next question for you is,
what's up?
Doing this business, this entrepreneurship life.
Yep.
In America as a black man. How's your stress levels these days?
My stress levels?
Yeah. Like, how you feeling mentally?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that question. I could say right now, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good mentally at this very moment. I try not to stress out, too much. I look at life like this. Life is always going to throw knuckle and curveballs. It's just a matter of what is my perspective and how I handle those problems. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like just recently, like I had to kick out $600 to make sure my dog was straight taken care of, the veterinary. I mean, I kind of was upset a little bit, but I'm like, he's like I'm like, okay, this is a physical human, like my child. Would I be upset? My main concern is to make sure healthy. Most people would probably get upset about it, but for me, I had to check myself. I'm like, yo, I gotta make sure he's taken care of. I mean, I had it, so I wasn't tripping. You know what I mean? That probably would stress most people out. That's just a little example though. But I don't try to stress too much because it's only gonna make me feel worse. Before, I would let things bother me.
You let things
very easily.
Let's go through that. So like we've been talking about you and stuff like that, but like I want this to be just the Let's Get Real podcast.
Okay, let's get real.
And my whole platform is on mental health.
Absolutely.
So I always like to add that component into the podcast, especially if the person I'm talking to has gone through and they have their own their own story. And I know we talked about it a little bit the other day. And you brought up your own story.
Yep.
So you sound like you said you're a stress-free guy right now, but I know you haven't always been like that. So what got you what was the point when you had to learn that?
When you say what was the point I had to learn that, like
so it's like what was your like rock bottom? Like, cause I remember you told me you told me the other day that you went through really deep mental health issues. Like the same thing like I told you. Like my biggest thing was my brother committed suicide. Mm-hmm. When I was like 21, he was 13.
Got you.
He committed suicide. So like that's like my whole passion. Like I used to be 400 pounds, and at that moment that woke me up.
Wow.
And I told people like, it's you manifest things in your life when you fall in love with things. Yep. Like you manifested your life when you shot that basketball game.
Yep, absolutely.
That moment you shot that, you said the world slowed down for you. Yep. You fell in love. When my brother died, that's the moment. That was one of the first moments I realized I loved like a person.
Wow.
And because that was the first time I cried. Mm-hmm. I cried down there. That was the first time I ever cried in my life.
Right.
And so my life just manifested from there.
Right.
And so that's what I mean. Like that was my moment, and that was the moment I had that same thought. Like I can't be stressed out. I'm only stressing because I'm allowing myself to be stressed out.
Absolutely.
So what was your moment when you going through your darkness?
You want to know something crazy? To piggyback on what you just said, you don't allow things to stress you out. I seen before I get to that part, I seen a post by Deion Sanders the other day, mm-hmm. and he played a song called "Lovely Day" before he came into his meeting with his team. Okay. And he asked him a question. He said, what makes your day a lovely day? And they all gave different answers. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that Dion said, bro, like, he said, I don't have bad days. I may have a bad minute. I may have a bad hour, but I'll be damned if I have a bad day. Because ain't nothing going to dictate no matter how good or bad my day is. And I'm like, yo, that makes sense. That was a mind-blowing perspective shift for me. As most times, like myself, I'm like, man, one thing go wrong, I'm like, man, I'm having a bad day. I can't speak that. I may have a bad moment, but I got to control to make my day better. I'm not going to let it affect me. But to answer your question of, like, you know, when I hit rock bottom, I was actually in school at Allegheny in 2016. And I was playing a game one day, bro, and I was just like, I was thinking about my classes. I had about 5 classes, 3, 6, 9, 12, about 15 credits and stuff like that. And it was just like, I was just very overwhelmed with my schoolwork. Didn't know if I was going to pass my math class or not, and stuff like that. And it was just very stressful, bro. Like I was real stressed out about it to the point where it's like I fell into a depression. I started to have bad anxiety. And then when I came home for spring break, I was working behind in the back dumping trash cans at Six Flags. So I used to work at Six Flags as well. And I just felt my heart rate increase because I was just thinking about that math class. And I had a very bad anxiety attack to the point like, bro, my heart was beating on my chest. And I'm going somewhere with this. My heart was beating on my chest. I was in my head going nuts. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Called my mother to come pick me up from work. I'm just freaking out on the car ride home. I'm crying. Like, bro, I'm like 19, 20 years old, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I don't care who judge me. Like, I asked if I could sleep in my parents' room, bro, on the floor, bro. That's how scared I was. You know what I mean? And because I didn't know. But once I figured it out, and I'm like, okay, how the hell do I deal with this? So I started going to therapy. I took antidepressants, which didn't work. I ended up trashing them, and I realized, like, yo, I gotta fight this. It was one evening where one of my friends, they invited me to a Bible study, and they was talking about, anxiety and stuff like that. And I felt like God put me in the right place at the right time around the right people for me to be able to just lean on Him to get the healing that I needed instead of relying on me and other things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I still use therapy though, bro. Like God puts people here, and He has a specific purpose for them, for them to help. Certain people with certain problems. You know what I'm saying? So I utilized it. And over time, I got better. You know what I mean? It wasn't an overnight process, but I had to take control of my mind. Like, yo, I control this. So nowadays, I feel like that part right there enabled me to be able to handle the capacity of a content creator. Because you know this as well as I do. Having multiple clients, multiple edits to do, a day and stuff like that, it can overwhelm most people. But if you've been doing it for so long, you have the capacity to handle it mentally and physically. So that's my story. When I hit rock bottom, depression, anxiety, and stuff like that.
How was your therapy?
Therapy?
Like, how was your experience through that? Because I know a lot of people run away from it when they hear the words therapy.
Gotcha.
So like, what's your take on it?
Can I adjust this real quick?
Yeah, you can adjust it.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't trying to interrupt the podcast or nothing.
Now do what you gotta do, man. We can get it right.
Yeah.
Make sure it's tight. I think I'm gonna switch out this thing because there's something wrong with that one. So it ain't you.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, nah, you. As long as it's tight. Hey, man, you wanna come home real quick?
I got it.
You got it?
There you go. I'm just trying to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying low right now. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. There it is. Here we go.
All right, you good?
Whew, I feel more loose now.
All right, we back.
Yeah, right. So, could you ask me that question again? I'm sorry.
So, that's what I'm saying. I lost my train of thought.
Hold on, wait. Oh my God.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember on the side? What? I lost my train of thought. That's what I've been talking about. So I'll lose it. Oh yeah.
Okay,
What was your
yeah.
experience
My
with
man,
therapy?
thank
There
you,
we
so
go.
appreciate you, big dog.
What was your experience with therapy?
Man, my experience through therapy, bruh. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was very different because I had group therapy sessions and I had individual.
Okay.
And I realized that I'm not the only one that's dealing with this issue.
In a group therapy.
That's the thing that helped me. I'm like, yo, Trey, you're not the only one, bro. There's other people that is going through the same thing as you, or maybe even worse. Mm-hmm. When I'm listening to some of these stories, I'm just like, God have mercy. God bless them. I don't know how I would deal with that.
So being in a group that helped you.
It really made me realize, like, bro, they're still able to. If you're living through that, bro, what you're dealing with right now, and you're stressing over this. It's like nothing. I had to figure it out how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I know if they dealing with worse measures, then I know I could fight this and I could, get through this, whatever I'm dealing with.
So, I know you say you live a stress-free life, but when you do have that down moment,
oh yeah,
what is something that you do to alleviate it so you can get not past it, but you feel better?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes, man, I like to listen to music. I like to, step away to go take a drive, something like that.
I never got. So I'm a grown man, but I recently just started driving. Last year.
That's what's up, bro. Literally, I ain't get my license till I was 22.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 30. I'm 30 though, so I'm 30 though, so I just started driving. But that was because it was just a whole thing. Because I tell people all the time, like I always knew I don't need to drive because I hate driving. I hate it with a passion. And I hate it so much that every time I get in a car, I gotta go as fast as I can go.
Damn.
Damn, bro. And I've been getting into trouble doing it.
Damn.
I never had a problem with the law. I never had a problem with the law until I got into a car.
Lord have mercy.
See, look, I'm losing my train of thought. What was I talking about? Jesus.
I don't remember, bro.
So not having a license. You grow up in DC, you catch a train everywhere, especially when you're from the South Side. You don't really travel around DC.
Yeah.
So I never really had the need to have a car. But
right, yeah, DC is airtight, bro.
Yeah, it's airtight. So I never really needed to have one. Then when Uber came out, bro, I was Ubering everywhere. I felt like a celebrity.
Uber everywhere.
I was Ubering everywhere. I was spending bands a month just getting an Uber. I was even paying them. I was paying my friends just to drive me around.
But that's a car note, bro.
It was.
Got a car.
It was a car note. I could have always been ahead of car. But I really lost. I'm losing where I was going with it. Jesus. What was the beginning of the conversation?
We was talking about therapy. You asked me, how do I handle being stressed out? And I said, I'd listen to music and take a drive. That's how we got here.
So I just started driving. And people always say that. They always say I take a drive. I never got it until I started driving. So now, like, I love driving at night on the highway.
Oh, hey, bro.
I forget that I'm driving.
Well, I'll be cranking, bro, in the car.
I forget. I live with legit. I would get to my destination. Damn, I've been driving. It was like I was zoned out, and I be thinking about stuff. It'd be the craziest. So I get it now. Sometimes you just take a drive, or even like the joke they say about dads when dads get home, they just sit in the garage, they sit in the driveway. Like a good 20, 40 minutes. I do the same. I'm not even a dad, but I do that. As soon as I pull up to the crib, I legit just sit in the car for like 30 minutes. I forget I'm sitting in the car. I'm either on my phone or I'm listening to music. Or I could be talking, or I'm just in there just thinking. Cause I got the moon roof, the sunroof, so I'm just looking up at the sky, just chilling, just reflecting. It's just like it's going through. Like you just sinking to the car as soon as you pull up.
I be on that same, like on my way here, bro. I was listening to music. I'm like, freeway clear, bro. Nighttime is the best time to drive. You got the certain music hit harder at night.
And then I think I need like nighttime glasses, because it's like when I drive, I get like it's like my vision. I get like a starburst from car lights. You know starburst lighting?
I honestly don't.
So it's like if you look at a light with a dirty lens, you get the streaks.
Oh,
that's how my eyes are. Yeah. So when I'm driving on the highway, I see streaks as cars is flat. I see like really long streaks of the light. Should be looking hella cinematic. When I be driving, I be like, what? Wow. My vision be like at night, bro. It be hella cinematic. Wow. Because my vision fucked up, but just because I see it differently.
Wow.
Like I was in LA last month, and we were just walking around. I think the downtown area, and they just had like the neon lights and like the old school architecture, the tall buildings and stuff. And I was just catching the vibe from just the vision,
But
from the
downtown
lights.
LA is pretty nice, bro.
Just from all the lights,
Yep.
just crazy. But I love driving just because of that one little thing though. So we're gonna go ahead and get into my last icebreaker question.
Okay.
Which is gonna be, what's your favorite tradition or holiday?
Man, can I pick two?
Yeah.
You know, I would say, man, my favorite traditional holiday would probably, I would have to say for me, man, is Thanksgiving and Christmas, because it's like it's the cheerful time of the year, bro. You know, the leaves falling. You know, the kids are happy, everybody in the cheerful
like
giving
2 months
mode.
family.
2 months family, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I
My
have to
birthday
say,
is on Thanksgiving.
I have to add. I'm gonna have to add July 4th on that jump too. I ain't gonna lie.
July 4th?
Yeah, I had to add July 4th on that.
You a patriot?
Huh?
You a true patriot?
No, I don't come from New England. That's a little better for it.
So why you like the July 4th?
Well, I mean, I feel like, you know, head to the beach with the family. You know what I'm saying? Dip in the water, watch the fireworks blow up in the sky, and go home.
So there's no meaning behind it for you, other than that. Other than a free day.
I mean, I know what it, you know, what the day's about, but I don't really like.
I always ask people, they say 4th of July. I'm like, do you care about it, or is it just like, because like, so like my father growing up, I tell people all the time, like people like birthdays and stuff. Like I never really celebrated holidays or birthdays and stuff like that growing up, and that was because of my father. Because my father would always just say that it's Hallmark holidays. You know, first of all, he's like, all the holidays are man made. And his is like, it's just another day. Every day's supposed to be a blessing. And it's true.
He's
like,
not lying at all.
Every day a blessing. So he was like, he was like, I don't celebrate those things. He don't celebrate birthdays. Like I would buy him a birthday gift and he wouldn't want it. Like it's an asshole shit, but he'll like turn down the birthday gift. But so that really got to me mentally. So I grew up like not doing holidays or traditions.
Wow.
And like my parents, my whole family would go to Christmas and I'd be the one to stay at home by myself because I didn't want to be around it. And I was like, it's dumb. But now, like, that's all I'm for. That's all I'm for. Like, I'm there. Especially now that my brothers got kids.
Yeah.
Both my brothers they both got like 3 kids apiece. So I got nieces and nephews and stuff. So I got like my own kids, but they go home to their parents.
Gotcha.
So I love the holidays now. So I force us to do holidays.
Absolutely.
And it's crazy, but family is important, man, to keep us up, to keep us tethered to the world.
It's so important, like family. Like I'm understanding that now. I feel like my dog having what happened I feel like my dog having what happened to him, it really made me understand, like, okay, he's important and my time with my family is important. So now I gotta be even more intentional with my days. So not only to make sure he's taken care of, but they're taken care of 2 days straight. You know what I'm saying? Before I head out on my shoots and stuff. You know what I mean? That's something like, not to say I never used to do, but it's like I could be going so much. And I'm just like, I leave out the house and I come back late and I don't think about anything else, but I just go to sleep.
Just how it gotta be sometimes. You gotta rest.
Yep. And you gotta rest. I feel like this right here, bro, is definitely it's giving me the bigger picture. Like, yo, Trey, you got your folks at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta make sure you spend time with them too. Because don't nobody know their last day. God forbid the day is my last day. Any of us.
You got to live it to the fullest.
Exactly.
So, speaking of days and stuff like that, to end the show, let's talk about your top 3 mistakes in life that you learned from. Top 3.
Okay.
Mistakes.
I can go from personal to business.
All right, let's do it.
I would say I'm going to start with the personal. One mistake for me is I feel like if I was financially educated, I'd be in a little bit better position. You know what I'm saying? I have bad spending habits as a youngin'.
Dang, is that I'm gonna have to get you on the round table. I want to do a round table about that financial literacy.
Absolutely.
See, Semi's involved in financial
Yeah,
literacy.
he's
Right?
in.
He might have to be
You
that
might have
episode.
to, and you not only
He
him,
might have
but
to help lead it.
yeah, my boy Chris too.
Yeah,
He's his
that's so
for sure.
that's
I'm
great that you
I
said
do
that.
content for both of them, so you can set
All right.
that up, no issue.
All right, so why do you think you lack financial? What point?
I mean, to like when I realized like I ain't gonna hold you like, bro, when I started working with Chris and stuff and seeing how like they teach about money and stuff like that, and I'm like, damn, what am I doing? I'm spending money in all the wrong areas when I need to be investing it here. Like life insurance, bro. Slim. That is one of the biggest wealth hacks out here, bro.
Whole life insurance.
Index too. IULs, bro. Like that's how the wealthy leverage their bread, put it in there and let it multiply, compound interest and stuff like that. I remember Master P, his grandpa's left him a 10K IUL, bro. He flipped that journey to build No Limit Records.
Mm-hmm.
Insurance is powerful, bro.
It is.
And we all need it.
All right, so we definitely gonna have to do that on that episode. So we got two more.
Got you.
Two more mistakes.
I'm gonna say production. I'm gonna say production wise. If you know you have a project that requires a team, don't try to do it by yourself. I will blatantly say this on this podcast because I've learned from it. I've resolved the issue with the client. They got their refund and stuff like that. I made the biggest mistake of trying to do a live performance shoot by myself. Why? I don't know.
How many cameras?
I had 3.
Two.
I had about 3 cameras set up.
Was it live stream or just recording?
Not live stream.
Just
it was recording, pre-recording.
Okay.
But I missed the
big venue.
I missed not a big venue, medium size. I missed an important shot in that destroyed the whole project.
Dang.
And I felt horrible about it. And I know I'll probably never work with him again. But it's like I mean, we talked about it. He's like, bro, mistakes happens. But I'm like, look, I know you'll never hire me again. I understand it. Cool. That's a mistake. That's something I got to take on the chin. And I hope whoever's watching this, bro, don't make the same mistake I did. Because that's how you can easily burn relationships and destroy your business.
So you told him he wouldn't work with you again? You said it just like that to him?
No, I mean, he never said that to me. But, I mean, he never used me again after that.
Did you try to reach back out?
I did. We were supposed to reconnect and, reshoot the drum, but we just never got around to it. But, I mean, we're still, we're still cool. We communicate and stuff like that. It's nothing like crazy, like harsh feeling. But it's like, for me, I take stuff. I feel like, for me, I kind of maybe take stuff harsh. Mm-hmm. I'm hard on myself. You know what I'm saying?
When your birthday, by the way?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? How old you?
What's
that, Aquarius?
Nah, it's Pisces.
Pisces season.
March 10th.
Yep. Happy birthday, man.
I appreciate y'all, bro, for sure.
That's a great pre-celebration. I think I wish I had a drink.
Hey, nah.
I wish I had a drink for you.
Y'all got some water? I'll take a shot of water.
I got a water bottle for you. We can get a water
some
bottle for you.
H2O.
We about to wrap up. All right, so what's the last mistake then?
The last mistake, as far as, I'm going to say this, is I recently just...
Drink a lot of water first. That's a mistake I had to learn. Drinking water.
That too.
That's an important mistake.
I'm going to have to say, man, just like, when being an entrepreneur, understanding the person that you choose to date is heavily important. Only because 2 things: either she's gonna be either they're gonna be an asset or a distraction. Mm-hmm. For me, I just got out of a 2-year relationship. I'm not saying the young lady was a bad person. No, very sweetheart. But when it came to me being so busy and stuff, she felt like I ain't really have enough time for her.
I get it.
And I was just like, okay, well, and that led to other conflicts and other things that happened. I ain't gonna go into detail, but it put a wedge between us, and it was just best to end it off. And I felt like maybe I didn't take the necessary time to really get to know her like that I should, or I just, grown over those 2 years to a different level. I'm not the same person I was in 2020. So I guess maybe her not being able to handle, the man I am today, like, yo, you're different. I'm not supposed to stay the same.
You know.
You know, and it was just, you know, I decided to end it, and she understood. I need somebody that understands and that's like me, and she needs somebody that's, you know, on her level. You know what I mean? So
you want to be yoked together,
equally yoked. Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah. So now I completely understand that.
Yeah, bro.
So, but it was great having you on the show, Trey.
Nah, bro. I appreciate you for even opening up the opportunity to put me on here. No, I don't take that lightly at all.
Bro, like I felt the spirit when we worked together. Trey was the second book in here in Studio Space DMV. Make sure you guys check it out. It's a link in my bio. Hopefully I get to see the project that they work on when he finished in the edit booth.
Oh, y'all
and
will.
Speaking directly to this camera behind me, tell everybody about your business, where they can find you at.
All right, bet. So
a quick shout out.
Yeah, man. So y'all can find me on Instagram at _Sharpe Eye Productions _ That's S. I'm sure it'll probably be in the lower third or something. That'll be SHARPEEYE PRODUCTIONS _ So that's where y'all can follow me at. Y'all can find me, man. Shout out to the creatives. Creative space. I'm sorry about that.
Studio Space?
Creative Studio Space, right?
Just Studio Space.
Studio Space.
Studio Space.
Shout out to the Studio Space, man. Jamar and his team, man. They were very helpful, bro. Very professional, man. If y'all need a place to come shoot, man, holla at my boy.
I love it. All right, you guys. We're going to check you guys out on the next episode of Let's Get Real Podcast. I want you guys to stay dangerous and stay woke and stay healthy. We're gonna get through everything we got to get through. And we're going to make this year our best year.
Absolutely.
And we just going to kill it, everybody.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to check you guys out on the next episode.
Stay tuned.
All right, peace out. Love you guys.